Apple has this ability of getting people excited over little things. It's been about 10 months since the Apple Watch came out with a big bang. Now that the dust has settled, here's my review on the Apple Watch. Before I start ranting, if you want to jump straight to the review, click here. The 6th generation iPod Nano, which came on the 1st of September 2010, fueled this innovation. It was the first time an iPod Nano came without a click wheel and with a touch screen. It had the perfect form factor for becoming a watch, and before you knew it, companies started making wristbands for it. The most popular coming from a company called Lunatic. Their watch bands were super expensive. You could get cheap knockoffs for a fraction of the cost, and you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. Very similar to another company that does this. I'm just saying. Using the iPod Nano as a watch got so popular that on 4th October 2011, Apple released some very watch-specific features and new watch faces for the iPod Nano during one of their events. Among the 16 or so watch faces that were released at that time, the Nixie Tube watch faces were one of them. If you don't know what a Nixie Tube is, click here. Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple, the electronic genius, and the brains behind several of Apple's initial tech, once said, "I would have loved to have invented that," and you can see him sporting it on his wrist pretty much all the time. It works on a retro technology. It's very chunky, very expensive, and quite hard to get your hands on. Check it out. After the success of the iPod Nano and the watch straps, it was not the question of if Apple would be releasing a smartwatch, it was the question of when Apple would be releasing the smartwatch. Fitbit, Nike, Samsung, Motorola, and a lot of other companies launched smartwear for the wrist. Finally, on September 9th, 2014, Tim Cook announced the Apple Watch with a lot of pride and passion. They had to call it the Apple Watch instead of the iWatch because that name was already trademarked by a company named OMG Electronics. Back then, and arguably even now, Apple Watch looks the best when compared to most of the other smartwear for the wrist. There are 3 versions of the Apple Watch: the Apple Watch Sport, and the Apple Watch Edition. Internally, they are all the same. They function exactly the same. The only difference is in the materials that were used to make them, and then there's the cost. Some of them are insanely expensive, but I'll come to that. They come in 2 sizes, the 38mm and the 42mm. Does 4mm matter in a wristwatch? Well, it does, because I have big wrists and the small one looks really tiny on my wrist. The Apple Watch Sport, this one that I own, is the base model, and it comes for £299 for the 38mm and £339 for the 42mm. It comes with a resin strap. The Apple Watch, which is the mid-range model, is made of stainless steel and sapphire crystal. It starts at £479 and goes up to £949 depending on the band you choose. The Apple Watch Edition is the high-end model and is made of 18-karat gold or rose gold and has a sapphire crystal front. It ranges from £8,000 to £13,500 depending on the band and the model you choose. That's a lot of money, and its value is going to decay very quickly as the next model comes in. And from a distance, I don't think you'll be able to tell the £13,200 difference between the Gold Watch Edition and the Gold Sport Edition. Also, the matte finish of the Apple Watch Sport is less susceptible to scratches than the glossy gold of the Apple Watch Edition. All bands fit all watch models, and there is a lot to choose from what Apple provides and what some third parties provide. Changing straps is quite simple as well. It's quite an elegant solution. You just press this button and slide it out. If you choose to buy the straps from Apple, the Sport Band is £39, the Milanese loop, the classic buckle and the leather loop are all £129. The modern buckle is £209 and the link bracelet is the most expensive and costs £379. The Apple Watch Surface is an LCD touchscreen. It has a digital crown and a button on one side. The digital crown doubles as a button as well. The watch currently runs on watchOS 2. Though apps have the ability to run natively on the watch itself, they would still require to stream information from the phone. The watch recognizes the flick of your wrist and automatically lights up to show the watch face or a notification. This is sensitive and works perfectly every time. Pressing the crown button takes you to the strange menu. I'm sure a lot of thought has gone into organizing the icons this way. It's quite fluid to move around, and zooming in or out will help you choose the icons you're looking for. Personally, I can't think of a better way they could have implemented this. For managing the preferences of the watch, you'd mostly require to use the Watch app on the iPhone. Pressing the button next to the crown will take you to the favorite contacts. You can message or call the contacts from here. If this button didn't exist, I might not have missed it too much. It would be best for Apple to implement more functionality into this button. Pressing the digital crown and the side button together helps you take screenshots. Once the screenshot is taken, you can find it on your Photos app on the phone. The back of the watch has LED lights and sensors. These are used to detect your heart rate. I compared it to some of the gym equipment, and it's quite impressive and very accurate. Swiping from the top of the screen displays the notification center. Swiping from the bottom up opens something called glances. These have cards of information that you can swipe through. Upcoming calendar appointments, heart rate, battery percentage, fitness activity stats, weather, location, stocks, iPod music controls, etc. can be accessed from here. Apart from being touchscreen, the display also supports Force Touch. This brings a whole new dimension of functionality, almost as good as the multi-touch when it first came into the scene. You get to perform more operations without the need for an extra button or extra items on the menu. For instance, force touching on the watch face lets you choose or customize different watch faces or complications, as they should be rightly called. Unfortunately for now, there are a limited number of complications that are provided by Apple. We should soon see third-party complications, probably in the next iteration of the Apple Watch. The haptic engine gives more of a gentle tap than that buzzing vibration that you might get in your old phones. It works very well. The display is LCD and is very sharp and works well outdoor as well. I understand that the battery life is very good, but I think it can still be better. I pretty much have to charge it every night to be able to use it the next day. If you use it through the entire day, you might not run out of battery, but you might not have something left for the next day as well. So if someone is working on a sleep tracking app for the Apple Watch, that's pretty much pointless. As with most Apple gadgets, the Apple Watch comes with a variety of accessories in the form of charging docks, chest straps, and matching headphones. The primary reasons for having a smartwatch is for you to be able to see notifications. The Apple Watch does this well, and it saves you battery percentage every time you don't have to pull the phone out of your pocket. It's quite a brilliant fitness tracker, but make sure you back it up regularly. The last time I reset the watch, I lost all my history and achievements. Implementation of the Apple Pay on the Apple Watch is good, except for the times you get embarrassed when it does not work. If you have a GoPro, the watch works perfectly as a viewfinder. If you use eBay a lot, you don't have to keep pulling your phone every time someone outbids you. You can just bid from your watch. If you work out with music, this is good because you don't have to pull your phone every time you want to change the song or to see a notification. Shazam works very well with the Apple Watch, and I find myself using it most of the time. If you misplace your phone a lot, you have the ability to ping your phone and find out where it is, as long as it is within the Bluetooth range. If you have an iPhone 5, 5C or a 5S that does not support Apple Pay, you can use the Apple Watch with the phone to use Apple Pay. So those are my experiences with the Apple Watch over the past 10 months. I've pretty much used it every day. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'll try to respond to it. Like and subscribe, and your feedback is very important to me. So you can leave a comment here, or you can go to my website. The link's here. I'll leave it in the description as well. You can go check it out. It's up and running now. And I'll try to post a video within the next week. So take care.